And yes, some basketball. John Babalik is here. West Virginia, Villanova. Big question, can West Virginia's defense continue to be nasty enough to get past the high-powered Wildcats of Villanova? And they're super from the three-point line. Good news for the Mountaineer fans. They hit 12 of 25 from three-point land and were unstoppable. So this is good as far as a sign. If they can get out fast and furious and build a cushion, they may need it. Also great from the free throw line. They can really make their own breaks. Wildcats simply flat out good in all aspects of the game. Jay Wright, their coach, especially when it comes to averaging 87.7 points a game. The offense is high octane. What do you like?
I think West Virginia, the key to West Virginia, I think this week is, can they score enough points? You're not going to slow Villanova down. You just hope to contain them a little bit. But West Virginia's had a problem scoring the ball over some parts of the season. They shot the ball well against Marshall on Sunday, but it was Marshall. It's not Villanova. So Marshall, that interstate rivalry game with West Virginia playing out in San Diego. How's that happen? But I think Villanova wins the game, and I think West Virginia keeps it close. But I think Villanova has enough guard play at the end to make foul shots and win the game at the end.
All right, 7:07 Friday night, CBS KDK TV 2. Clemson and Kansas. Tigers allowed just 66 points a game. Fantastic at blocking shots. They don't turn the ball over, and they don't foul a lot. Big from the three line. Kansas, terrific field shooting, 50% of their shots, and they stay out of foul trouble and move the ball up and down the floor with great skill. And when they get hot from the three-point line, it can be pretty much all over. Who do you like?
I like Kansas. I think they're like Kentucky. They're playing their best. They lost some games early. That whole conference, whenever you play somebody on the road, and look at the Big 12. You got Texas Tech left. You got Kansas State left. You got Kansas left. West Virginia. You got 4 teams out of 16. Pretty good. And, you go on the road and play in that league, and you're going to lose some games. But Kansas played their best basketball down the stretch and won their tournament again, 12 or 14 years in a row. They've won the league. And Bill Self's a great coach. He's been there. He's had some heartbreaks the last couple of seasons, losing earlier in the tournament. But I like Kansas.
All right, Syracuse Duke. This is one to watch. 9:37 just for the guys who are on the bench. Syracuse Jim Boeheim, the great coach Mike Krzyzewski for Duke. Again, 9:37 TBS. Duke big man. I like this kid Marvin Bagley the third, 6'11" forward. He hit 22 in their 87-62 win over Rhode Island. Blue Devils simply are a clinic at passing the ball, great from the field, and can dominate on the glass, ranking third in the nation in rebounding. Their defenses allow teams to hit just 40% from the field. The Orange led the ACC in free throws. And Syracuse is going to be able to use their size for second and third chances. Who do you like?
I like Duke. I know the 2-3 zone. People, I think when people don't see a lot of zone during the year, they get nervous having to play against them. And Michigan State just couldn't make a shot Sunday against it. But I think Duke's got enough inside and outside to. I'd be awfully surprised if this game's close.
Bobby Dawson, John Babalik, Mike Solderbet, the late, great John Pugliano, many others, Coach Green. I could go on and on and on. Without these gentlemen, there is no Rob Pratt. They taught me how to do this years ago, night after night, season after season, on a little radio station known as WOHI, and I will always be grateful for that. Purdue and Texas Tech, 9:57 TBS. Purdue needed every minute of their second-round matchup to defeat Butler, riding Vince Edwards 20 points to the win. Big question, can freshman center Matt Harms play well enough against a much bigger Texas Tech team? Texas Tech, who shocked the tourney with an incredible win against Florida, provided they can play in the big spotlight again. They could end up, dare to dream, maybe in the Elite Eight. Jarrett Culver, Keenan Evans, and Justin Gray are all going to have to play big.
Yeah, Purdue's missing a big kid. The NCAA declined their petition. They've got a brace for him, but the NCAA says it's not something that's conducive to letting him play. And Texas Tech, struggled early. They won a game the first night that they shouldn't have won probably, and won. And this game's a toss-up, but I think Purdue's got a little bit at the end to win a close game.
Here's one for you. Dentist office earlier today. What about Coach Calipari? He wins it all. Bring him home to Pitt.
They ain't got enough money. They got to go to every bank in 3 states and say, hey,
who gets that job? I thought Hurley would maybe had a shot.
Well, I think
he's going to Connecticut.
I don't think he's going to Connecticut.
No?
I don't think. I think he's going to. I think he's going to wait it out and wait for a better job next year. I think both those jobs are. They're explosive. I mean, Pitt. It's going to take Pitt 3 or 4 years to rebuild or reload or whatever. And Connecticut, it's just in disarray. And I think he stays at Rhode Island, does a good job, and next year, and another job comes open and a better job where he can win early.
Enjoy the games. Enjoy Casa de Emanuel. Good night from the historic Mulberry Street in East Liverpool, Ohio.